Reassemble the journals, art projects, organized planner sheet. Well, hello! I welcome you to Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda, and what I have for you today is an unboxing and review of some new erasable pens. Yes! Alright, the company is called Par Koo, and I'll put a link to the products in the comments below. But first, let's get to it! Okay, so the person who reached out to me, everything that was in the email and everything that reached out to me for this product review was actually in China. But as you can see from the package here, and I'll turn it a little bit, the product came from the Par Koo shop located in Hebron, Kentucky. Shout out to everybody in Kentucky. And so I'm not sure if that was a distribution location or anything, but this is really cool. Let's see, let's check these out. So I'm going to just use some scissors, cut this open, and see what we have. And of course, I'm moving slow. Come on, Lucy, you can cut open a package. I know you can. You can do it. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. It's happening. Slowly but surely. Let's just rip it open. There we go. All right, let's see what we have in here. All right, well, here they are. Okay, so I really like this little case. I think it's adorable. And I will definitely, well, I say definitely, probably use it. I tend to use, you know, really pretty decorative cases, but I don't usually buy things that come in a case that I think I maybe could stick in a bag and will work pretty well. So I might actually use this case. All right, well, before I really dive into each individual color and do a pen test and everything, I want to show you what the information says on the back and what some of the features are. So let's just kind of look at the top section right there. And it says that these are, the brand is Par Koo. And I should probably sit it down because I might be shaking it. I think I'm doing okay though. Colors are black, blue, red, green, purple, and pink. You can write, remove, which is erase, rewrite without damaging documents. So you could erase and then write over it again and not damage it. So we'll practice and test that out. It has a new thermosensitive gel ink that disappears with friction using the rubber tail tip on the pen with no residue and no tearing of paper. All right, we'll check that out. Smooth writing gel ink, water-based, non-toxic, acid-free. Awesome, because as you guys know, I do art and everything, and I watercolor on top of everything. And so if you are into that, then this is a pen that you can use not just for journaling, writing, but you can also use it for sketching and doing all different types of art, and there is no bleeding. All right, so we'll test that out before we read the rest and test the second half out. Second half of this description out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these out of the package and just kind of look at the design a little bit. All right, so we'll lay out all the colors. So pink and blue, and we'll kind of see if they look the way that they say they do when you look at the cases. So let's just kind of focus on one really quick and look at what it says. So it has on there erasable pen, Par Koo, really tiny letters right here, and I don't think I can make it visible for you at all, but it says 0.7 millimeter, that's the size right here in this little spot, and remove by friction. Okay, so let's just do a pen test. Oh, actually, before we do that, I want to kind of compare the size because it feels a little short to me. So this, okay, so this is the eraser, but then this is a Faber-Castell artist pen. So let's say this doesn't have an eraser. Let's just kind of start it at the end and see. Well, let's assume it didn't have this eraser, but it had a tip like that, and we'll kind of start it right there. It's about the same size. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's narrow. And since this is not a retractable pen, we'll kind of start it right there at the top on the left. Yeah, it's about the same standard size. It's just narrow. But you can see all the ink. Trying to see if you can kind of see right here. It kind of looks like maybe the ink stops right in there. But yeah, all right. Let's look at another one. Yeah, I think the color, I don't know if you can tell, it looks like the color of the pen goes all the way down here, but maybe the ink is right there. I'm not sure. But it's really cute. I very, very much like the look of it. It's got a nice secure top. Snaps right on really, really well. I like that. And I like just the design. It's very sleek. You can see everything. I like it a lot. All right, so let's do a pen test. And I've been dying to use this new A5 insert that I got from my buddy John Rush with Peaky Dory Designs, and he's John Rush on YouTube. And so this is an A5 dot grid, and I'm just gonna kind of break it in a little bit, and we'll do a pen test right here on the back for all the colors. So I'm just gonna write each one to say, let me see the pens right here. I'll just put Par Koo. Am I saying that right? Yes, Par Koo and 0.7. So let's do that. This is the red. Oops, shaking the table a little bit. 0.7 millimeter. I like the way it writes. And of course, that's going to depend upon the paper that you're using, but it's writing nice and smoothly. And I'm going to just make like a little squiggly line for erasing later. All right, so that's the red. It's true to color. True to color on the red. All right, and let's do the green. Ooh, that is so pretty. Now it does not look like the color. Let me get centered a little bit in the video. It doesn't look like the color on the pen. Like right here, this looks really green, like a forest green. But here on the paper, it looks like an aqua blue, which is gorgeous. It's really pretty. Of course, I can't write all of a sudden. But I really like this. Not true to color, but very, very pretty. All right, now let's do the fuchsia pink. See how that looks. I like this color a lot too. Oh, I love it. And I love the way the ink is coming out, depending on the angle that you hold your pen. So I'm noticing I'm holding it at more of an angle now, and the ink is just flowing really, really well on this paper. Of course, you have great inserts, John. Your paper is always fantastic. All right, so we got 3. So there's 6 altogether, so we've got 3 more colors. Let's see, this is like a royal blue. Very, very pretty. Oh, I love it. I love the way it's feeling now at this particular angle. I was writing more up and down right there, and now at this angle it just feels amazing. Oh, okay, purple. Very pretty as well. Can't decide yet which one is my favorite out of these 3. I'm thinking maybe that fuchsia, but this writes so well an angle. Oh my gosh. All right, and then this. Here's the black. So let's see. Par. This one doesn't feel as good. Come on. What'd I do? Oh, my hands are a little oily. There we go. I put a lot of lotion on. There we go. It's working really well. Okay, did I get all 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. I'm just gonna write pen test across the top. Well, I guess I don't really need to, but so that's how they look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, double checking myself. So they look great. They write really well. They're really pretty. Oh my goodness, I really do like these so far. So let's test the erasing action. So it says to erase by friction. Let's see how that works. Okay, here we go. All right, so now friction. So we got, yeah, here's the part that erases. Okay, this barrel right here. All right, let's see how that works. So, okay. All right, so it seems like I had to press a kind of hard with the flat part, but it erased really well. Let me see if I do more of this, just the tip part, if that does it. It's kind of right on the line. Oh, that was easier. And it erases really well. Look at that. Let me try the flat part again. Oh, it's still good too. It just feels easier in my hand if it's at the point. But yeah, let's see how fast and how well I can erase this. Yeah, it's definitely easier for me on the tip of it. Just probably just for comfort. But it erases both ways, whether you're using the flat edge or the very, very edge right here. So I'm using the very, very edge to erase it a lot right now. So I'm going to try to get it all erased so I can go over that second part of information that was on the package about some really cool features for it. And I wonder, you know, you never know if a particular color is harder to erase. So we'll see how that turns out too. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep erasing. Yeah, so far. I mean, you can barely kind of see. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I can see where I wrote, kind of like you can with pencil. But, you know, like if you write really hard with a pencil and you erase and you can see where you wrote on, like, mostly on the darker colors. But here I'm going to go back over them. Going back over those darker ones, and yeah, it's almost completely disappeared. Yep. I'll hold it up and see if you can see better, but so far, so good. Way to go, Par Koo. Let's get the rest of this, and I'll double back over. This is cool. All right, so go back over a little bit. All right, so it's erased. I don't bet on camera you can't even tell at all, and you have to look really, really close to tell where I wrote before. I mean, right here, just laying it down flat, just looking at it, I can't even tell that I ever wrote anything. Okay, so that brings me to the next feature that was on the case. So let's look at the case again and see what it says. So it says down here at the bottom, it says, note, not recommended for signatures, examination papers, or official documents, of course. If pen is exposed to extreme temperature, the ink will disappear. To restore color, cool it to at least -10 degrees Celsius in freezer and the ink will reappear. So we're going to try that out. And it says you can use a hairdryer also can make the color disappear if coloring on the fabric products or wallpaper. Huh, okay. So if you color on fabric or wallpaper, the hairdryer can make it disappear. Okay, so that's kind of cool. If you're sewing and you're marking where you're going to cut, then you could do that. And then the ink has been passed the test of those different tests. Okay, all right, and it's made in China, which I said, you know, the person who contacted me was from China. All right, sorry about the glare, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and put it in the freezer and check that out. Okay, so I wasn't sure how long I needed to leave it in the freezer, so I left it in there for 10 minutes, and I took it out, and guess what? It's there! It's all there! This is so cool! So, let's see. It said, according to the directions, or the information on the back of the package, that you can erase what's there and write over it again. So, let's do that. And make sure that it still will work. It says you can write over it again. It won't tear the paper. So let's do that. And yes, it's just Awesome. Well, I am really happy with this product. So what is my review summation? All right, so I really like the design, which I mentioned. It's very sleek. I like that it's see-through. You can see everything. It snaps really well. If you don't like pens with caps, then you know that might be a drawback for you if you prefer for it to be retractable. But it is as advertised. It does have a cap. I like the colors. The only possible negative, depending on how you feel about it being true to color in the inside, is this is the only one that's not true to color. It's more of an aqua, very pretty aqua color, but it is not this color that it looks like in the barrel. And they are about the same size as any other pen in terms of length, but they are narrow. Okay, and they write really well. They do erase with pressure or friction as advertised. It seems to erase just a tiny bit better, faster, easier if you use the tip, but it does erase when you use the flat part as well. Any part of this does erase, and it does come back with free if you put it in the freezer, which I think is really awesome. So I am giving these pens a thumbs up. I also like the case, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I may not use it because I tend to like to use, you know, bags with zippers, but it is very functional. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. All of my subscribers get an additional discount for my Lucinda Dory Planners Etsy shop, and that discount is in the comments below. And there's a new one every month. And now in my shop, I sell traveler's notebooks that I make by hand and accessories. And also, I will have the link below and across the screen. I've probably already had it a couple of times now for the Par Koo shop where you can purchase this. And until next time, everyone, happy planning.